Hi, everybody. I'm Jo Tompkins. Just going to give people a few seconds to come on and join and just check that it's all working. Sorry, I am 2 minutes late, I think. I was just randomly sorting more stuff out ready for you to talk about today. So it's all good. But let me just let a few people get joined on. I just want to make sure it's all working. If you are watching already, please type in the comments, say hi, and let me know whereabouts you're watching from as well. I'd love to know. I'm from Caterham, which is Surrey. It's Surrey in England. Do we have just UK people watching today? Please let me know in the comments. I've got my phone up here so I can see all the comments as well. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Chloe-Anne. Nice to have you here. Apologies. I think I pressed escape. I shouldn't touch anything now. Shouldn't touch anything. Right. Lovely to have you all here. So far, mostly UK people, but please keep commenting. Let me know where you're watching from today. So just a short introduction. So for those of you that don't know me, because I'm not sure how many of you are new to this group. So if you are new and you don't know who I am, so I'm Jo Tompkins, of Joanna or Jo, and I set up a mobile nail business called French and Drench about 5 years ago now, after having my first child. Set it up so that I could get out of a job that I absolutely hated. I used to cry most days with that old job, and I wanted to become a nail technician for years. I loved getting my nails done, so I was super excited to get pregnant and kind of see my way out of this old job, of which I have taken strongly. And so I never went back after having my first child, and I trained while I was pregnant. I had no money. I had to ask for my C&D Shellac beginners course as my Christmas present. Has anyone else done that? Has anyone else started with absolutely no money and had to ask for gifts as their nail technician training? And I remember as well buying my Zuka case, which was over £100, and I was freaking out about it. And I said I didn't have the money for it, and so my husband basically put it on a credit card for me. And I remember just being oh my God, is this a massive mistake that I'm making, investing this £100 into my business? But as it turned out, I actually had a pretty successful mobile nail business. So super was. Well, I hate to say lucky. I do feel very lucky and privileged to have gone as far as I have with it and had the success that I've had with it. But comes with that, it's a lot of work. It didn't just fall into my lap. And that's what I kind of want to let you know, that, this, when people seem and I'll tell you a little bit more about some of the successes that I've had with French Drench. I'm not trying to boast. I'm just trying to inspire and motivate you to see what help you to see what's possible for your own nail businesses. I've lost where I track because I was reading some of the comments. Let me read the comments. Obviously, that's supposed to be what to do. Hi, is it Eve? Eve Duck, hi, from Leeds. Said my internet is cutting out as you have frozen. Me too. Is anyone else finding that I'm not working, or is it all good and working good now? Hopefully it is. This is just a quick kind of intro, and we're going to be doing some really good stuff. I've got 2 pages of notes here that we're going to be going through. It's going to be about 15 minutes long, and we are going to be going into what I believe is holding you back. And normally the biggest thing that's holding people back, basically, from growing their nail businesses and for having the financial success that they want and crave so badly. Chloe-Anne said, oh my God, same, except I trained on mat leave. Yeah, I did too. I did my C&D Shellac beginners course when I was about 6 months pregnant, and then I did all my other courses after that. Cool, I'm glad it's all working. So I'm going to dive straight in. So yeah, let me know if you haven't commented already. Please come and say hi in the comments and let me know firstly, and also if you have already, let me know where you're watching from, and also please let me know, because it's really interesting, what bar lockdown, pretend lockdown isn't here, bar lockdown, if you were running a business before or you're in the middle of something at the moment, what is the biggest struggle that you have in your nail business? Like, what's the thing that you find the hardest with running your nail business? Like, it'd be really interesting to know that. So Leslie said, why do we find it difficult to big ourselves up? Boast away. Yeah, I know. And it's actually one of the things we're talking about here. So it's quite interesting that I've now said that. So I honestly believe that one of the biggest struggles that a lot of nail technicians have, and I don't know if it's more with nail technicians because for some reason, or if it's just across the board, or maybe it's a female thing, I'm not sure. But I think one of the biggest things that people struggle with is their belief in themselves. So if you do not have belief in yourself, then no one else is going to have belief in yourself or your business either. And what I'm going to go through like a few things, like examples and things today of people that have had belief and that it has gone really well for them, and how you can actually increase that belief that you have in yourself, because so many nail technicians really struggle to believe that they can charge what it is that they're supposed to be charging and that they can get clients. So we're going to be going into all of that, and towards the end as well, I'm going to be going into like why it's not true that the market is too saturated for you to make money, why it's not true that no one's going to pay more than they currently are, and why it's not true that the less you charge, the easier it is to get clients. So we're going to be going into all of that. So should be about 10-15 minutes, hopefully. We'll keep it to. And this is all like an amazing lead up to our masterclass that we're doing on Thursday. So those of you that join for these mini trainings on the lead up to the masterclass, you're going to come into that masterclass like, wow, like I'm buzzing and I'm ready to learn and I'm ready to like get the most out of it. So you'll get more out of it by watching these, which is great. And also, if you've got questions at the end, we'll do a little Q&A session at the end of this as well. So I want you to know that I did not start with money. I did not start with a big clientele. I hadn't had a business that had beauty clients already. I didn't have anyone working with me. I couldn't afford like a marketing like team or a social media person or anything like that. And yeah, I managed to grow my business from zero, like minus, I basically was in minus money, right up to having, like August last year, we were just £200 off having a £10,000 month. And I've managed to grow that in the space of about 4 years, and we're having 2 children. And again, I'm not really saying that to boast. I'm saying that to just show you that it is totally possible. And I've grown that fully mobile. Like when I first started, we had a room upstairs in my house now, because we still haven't got the office or anything, but we're upstairs. I started doing it in my spare bedroom and working mobile. And then once I had my second child, I had to stop doing it from home because I didn't have the space anymore. And that's when I went fully mobile. And that is when it took off. Like, and I'm not saying it doesn't work in your home. It was just trying to juggle the two. Like one of the things that I teach is about being specific and being specialized. And by having like one thing, it makes it much, much easier. But I digress. We'll go into that on another day. But the thing is that I basically grew that from nothing and having no clients and to having like an email list of like over 1,000 people. We've got 800 paying clients on our books. We did like 300 appointments last August. Like in our peak, I had 4 nail technicians working for me. We had an office, we had an admin lady. Like it was super like successful in terms of attracting the clients. Like it was, I found that one of the easiest things for me. And I know that's something that a lot of people struggle with. Now, the thing that I think helped me to get there, I do have a marketing degree, but my marketing degree, I'm like near 40. My marketing degree was done before any social media existed. Like, but I don't really feel like it gave me very much. Maybe it gave me a little bit of a base level stuff, but it did not give me very much. So I literally started where you all are. But what changed for me was I started doing I joined like a mastermind, they called it. And it was basically like a group of people together that were all trying to grow their salons and businesses. And it literally transformed the belief that I had in myself. Like, you know, like you start this and you're like, oh yeah, I know, like, you know, you think, oh, can I do this? Like, who am I to do this? Can I do this? Like, who is going to book in with me when there's all these other nail technicians out there that just seem so much busier and their brands look better and they look like, you know, they know what they're doing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, how on earth am I going to make this work? And it comes down to your confidence and your belief in yourself. I'm going to go through like a couple of things that you can try to do to improve on and to increase them for yourself, because it's your responsibility at the end of the day to make your business work. If you don't have the belief in yourself, no one else is going to have the belief in you or your business. And if you can transform your thoughts so that you are thinking about how you are definitely going to do this, and how you can do this despite everything else, despite the fact that you've got your kids home during lockdown, despite the fact that it's hard, despite the fact that you've got no idea what you're doing with your technology, like you can go and make this happen for yourself. Like you can do this despite all of that stuff. And I have complete 100% belief in every single one of you that you can do this. And you need the first thing that you can start doing, because I know for some of you it just does not come that easy. Like you don't just wake up in the morning and think, oh, I'm going to nail today, like I am fantastic and I can do this. And honestly, I did not used to feel like that as well, but it's something that I've done over the last few years that has transformed my belief in myself, and now my confidence is up here. Whereas like when I left my Trailfinders job, the job I hated, I was down here, and they kind of left you with that thing like, oh, you can't do anything better than this, like go off and do your nail thing, like they think it's a joke or something. And you're like, you know what, I'm going to show you when I've got my £1 million house and my swimming pool, and and I will have all that, and I have complete belief in that. And that's what I want for all of you girls as well. So you basically, to start with, it may feel like you are lying to yourself. Start telling yourself though every day how much you believe in yourself. A great thing to do is, if you don't do it already, is start dreaming and taking some time to manifest. Taking some time to think about where you want to get to, because as well, like I say, if you don't have belief in yourself, no one else is going to have that in you. If you don't know where you're going, you've got no path to follow to get there. And you do not need to hold back on your dreams. Like your dreams can be as big as they want. Like your dreams can go way past being a nail technician if that's what you want. Your dreams could be to be the most amazing nail technician in the UK. Your dreams could be to be like the most well-known nail technician in the world. Like, do you think like Marion Newman, when she started, that she knew like that she was going to be this like famous nail queen that like every single nail technician knew in the world? Like, you know, you can be whoever you want to be. And every single one of these women before you that has had success in their nail business or fame in their nail business or whatever it is that you're wanting, like they started from zero as well. Like none of us have been given this. And this is a really, really big point that I think is that when we look at other people who've already had this success that we want, you know, we can be like, oh, but it's all right for them because they've got loads of money, or it's all right for them because they don't have children to look after, or it's all right for them because, you know, they've got the confidence that I don't have. But, you know, no one started with this. Like, this is something that we've built ourselves from nothing, and every single one of us has. Like, no one, I mean, yeah, okay, maybe some people had some money to start with, but I don't think that would have given them that much an advantage. Yeah, okay, you can buy nicer stuff to start with, and you can start without getting into debt, but you know, at the end of the day, we're all built our clients from zero. We've all built our businesses, you know, to bring the money in from zero. So if we can do it, it's possible for every single one of you. And you can dream as big as you want. Like, do not hold back on these dreams and think, oh, well, you know, it would be nice to earn £1,000 a month, or I just want to earn what, I mean, this is a really good start. And this is also, if this is what you want, and that is your big dream, then that is also totally fine. Like, each dream is individual to the person. But what I don't want you doing is being like, don't think of the how. When you're manifesting and you're dreaming, try not to think, oh, but that's not possible. Like, that's not possible for me. How am I going to do that? Like, there's time for that later on. Like, for now, it's about dreaming big and manifesting and really like getting excited about your dreams and your passions and where you want to go. Because like, particularly now during lockdown, you know, when we're all on this kind of pause and we still haven't been able to reopen, for those of you that are in the UK, like it can be very easy to concentrate on the negative things and think, oh, am I ever going to get to my dream? So let's like be like, right, okay, well, for the next like hour in my life, when I get off this call, all I'm going to think of is positive beliefs. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to think about all the dreams, all the things that I want to achieve with this, and think big. Like, you know, do you want to have like a spa? Like, could you go from being a mobile nail tech to having renting a space, to having a salon, to owning a spa? Hell yes, you could, if that's what you wanted to. You could have like your dream, like you could literally turn your nail tech career, if you wanted to, into £1 million spa idea. Like, it is possible for every single one of you out there, as long as you have the belief and you can see that it's possible for yourself. And that's exactly where it starts, all with your belief. And if that will be what's holding you back, because even if you're at the stage where you're like, well, I can't even get 5 clients through the door yet. Well, okay, start there. Like, have that belief that when you reopen, these clients are going to come, because by having that belief, it turns everything around that you do, and what you focus on, you get more of as well. So if you focus on the fact that it's too hard to get nail technicians, too hard to get clients in through the door, it's too hard to charge anymore, it's too hard to make my shellac last, like that is exactly what your reality is going to be. So you have to start with having that belief in yourself about it. And the easiest way to do that is to start by manifesting, dreaming and getting excited about it, writing down your goals as well. Like, write down your perfect day as a nail technician. Like, write down, like, in 10 years time, where do you want to be? In 5 years time, where do you want to be? And the more specific and the more visualize that you can be, so like, you know, down to if you've got time and you've got the time to be like, and sometimes I just dream this, I like just think for 5 minutes, like, how will I feel in a year's time when I'm fully booked? How will I feel when I've got 1,000 followers on my Facebook page? How will I feel when I reach 10,000 on my Instagram? Like, how am I going to feel when I take that first £30 for a nail appointment? If you're brand new, like, how are you going to feel? Like what are you going to be wearing? What are you going to be doing? Who are you going to celebrate with? Like, and feel it. And if you can feel that and really get excited about it, then it kind of opens up that energy into the universe so that you can attract that. You literally do attract it. And there are girls, so I've got a membership, it's called the Nail Business Success Club, and there's girls in there, one in particular who's doing incredible at the moment called Buffy, and she joined on our last intake 2 months ago, and her energy has so shifted that she has so much belief now that like insane things are happening. Like, she's getting offers like left, right and center, like the money is just flowing in even though she's on lockdown, and it's purely down to her change in her belief and her mindset on everything. And that is what will be holding a lot of people back, is the fact that they don't have that confidence and that belief. And yes, it is hard, and I do know that like life knocks us down, like especially as adults, like it's hard to stay positive, to stay motivated and keep on going and keep on pushing for our dreams. But the fact that you've all got this far already, like wherever you are in your journeys, like it takes balls to leave a job and start as a nail technician. It takes balls to even start your business. It takes balls to go and do a course in the first place. Like, for most people, they will not even get to that stage where they even go and do a nail course because they just do not have the confidence in themselves. So trust that you already have that confidence to get you to this stage, and that you can go as far as you want from here. Let me breathe. That was a bit ranty. I'm sorry. Who's still with me? Let me just have a quick look at, so Louisa said, qualified in December. So need to hear this right now. She's from Durham. Amazing. Hi, Sherry, if you're still watching. Stephanie said, the competition's so close to me and the low prices they offer. One girl charges £10 for gel polish. So we're going to talk about that in a moment. That was obviously Stephanie's biggest struggle there. Other struggles we have, Rosie said, my biggest struggle is 10,000% self-doubt. Right, well, you definitely need to watch all of these over the next 3 days, and then the masterclass on Thursday, because it's really going to help turn around that self-doubt that you have. Chris Ward said raising prices is her struggle. Donna said getting clients and stopping putting myself down all the time. Yeah, that's one other thing like I wanted to just say is really watch how you speak to yourself. Like, next time you say something to yourself in your head, like, oh, I'm not good enough for this, like who am I to do this, I'm too slow at doing nails, I'm not good enough, look at the apex on that, that's not good enough, you know, anything that you're saying to yourself basically, or I don't know how to brand my business, I'm rubbish on Facebook, blah blah blah, all these horrible things that we say to yourselves over and over again. Like, stop. Think to yourself, would you say that to someone else? Would you say that to your best friend? Would you say that to your enemy even? Probably not. And that's a good place to start with the belief as well, is stop the self-talk, or try and limit it down to start with at least, because it's just awful to you. If you would not say it to someone else because it's rude, do not say it to yourself. There's a big thing around watching your self-talk and how it really will. And it's, I don't know, let me know, who believes in like the energy thing, and like the fact that like where you put your energy, things happen. And for example, like if you talk to yourself badly and you put yourself down all the time, it's just going to make it worse and worse and worse. And by flipping it and talking to yourself nicely and not letting yourself talk to yourself badly anymore, like better things just start happening. Like you have the confidence, more opportunities arise because your eyes are open to actually seeing them. Whereas when you're thinking, oh, you know, I'm no good at this, like no, even if the opportunity slaps you straight in the face, you're just going to be like, didn't see it. I'm not good enough for that. Whereas if you're open to it and you've started telling yourself how good you are and that you're worth this and that, you know, everything is available to you, like things start happening for sure. So please let me know, like once you've started having a twist around of this stuff and you start being more strong with yourself and being nicer to yourself, like do nicer things start happening to you. And it doesn't just affect your business either, like it will affect your whole life. Like my whole life has completely changed, like from a few years ago. Like I can't believe it. And my belief in myself is so big now, and I didn't have that. You know, it wasn't like I was born with this huge self-confidence thing. It's just over time, you know, and as the other thing I want to say about it as well is like every time you have a little success, really celebrate that, like, and really remember how far you've come, because it can be so easy to forget. You know, we can all the time, like, and I do it myself. I'm not perfect. Like, I'll be like, oh, I haven't done this, I haven't achieved this. Like, oh, I wanted to get to this point by now and I haven't got there yet. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, just focus, like think, because you're forgetting all the things you have done in order to get where you are. And so keep focusing on them, remembering how far you have come and how amazing you are. You know, you are enough. Like you've done amazing things just to get to this point. So it's huge. Right. There is just 3 things I want to say before I go and before I answer any questions. If you say to yourself that the market is too saturated and that it's too saturated for you to make any money, so you've got too much competition in your area to make any money, what I would like to say is BS to that. Unfortunately, I don't mean to be horrible, but if you have every single person here watching, like tell me if I'm lying, tell me if you've got no competition, but every single person watching will have competition in their area. Every single person will have competition that is charging £10 for a shellac or whatever, £5, £2, £15, £20. Like, it's not, you have to know how to market and position yourself and have the confidence to charge what you're worth, despite what all these other people are doing when they're not charging enough. Because if you've done the pricing masterclass with me, you'll hear me say, like, what is the point of running your business if you're not making any money? And those that are charging less, okay, they're around now, but they're not going to last that long because they can't afford to buy the stuff that they need. They're going to get resentful of their job and they're not going to end up carrying on. So you need to position yourself in a way that you're attracting clients that are not coming to you because of the price. And we go through this hugely in the Nail Business Success Club. And it's one of the things that we're going to go through, which is clarity in the masterclass on Thursday. Because having clarity around who it is that you're trying to attract and not going for the same people that every single other nail technician in your town is going for. Like, you want to go with the ones that no one else is going for. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And that is what I believe, how French and Drench, like, I'm in an area, I must have 20 other nail technician, mobile, in salons, home, cabins, at least 20, I would say, probably within a 1 to 2 mile radius. And they are charging, and I see them on Facebook, they are charging £10, £15, £20 for chat. Like, we charge £40, and yet we're the ones that are fully booked and busy all the time. And it's because we offer something different to everyone else, and we don't try and attract every single person with what we're doing. And that is the key to your success. And that's what I'm so excited to be sharing with you on Thursday in the masterclass. So definitely come and watch for that. So that's one thing. Also, if you think it's true that no one will pay more and you're like, Joe, you're talking about doing 5K a month being a nail tech. That's not possible. I can't even get my clients to pay £20. Again, this is something I'm going to go through during the masterclass. Like, it is totally possible. But if you do not have the belief in yourself, you are going to struggle to push past this barrier and these negative thoughts and this scarcity mindset that you have around the fact that no one wants to pay more, because that is just your thoughts on it. Like, trust me, in every single town, unless you've got every single person in your town shopping in Primark and never ever going anywhere else, like, people want nice things. People are happy to pay more for nice things. Like, I personally, like, I'll go to a hairdresser's that costs double the amount of where, you know, of somewhere else, because it makes me feel nice. They make me feel nice. You get nice stuff, like, and the hair's amazing. So if you can do good nails, and your nails do not need to be 100% perfect. Like, honestly, I can't even do acrylic. My nails, all we do is natural nails, with shellac and pedicures, and we're full. Like, you do not need to be like incredible nail technician. Like, you need to be a good nail technician, and you need to know how to market and sell your services, which is what I'm going to show you how to do. But people will pay more. And tell me, like, is there a time where you've gone and bought a more expensive handbag or a more expensive pair of sunglasses, or rather than the Primark ones? Is there a time where you've bought a £10 t-shirt instead of a £5 t-shirt? Is there a time where you've paid £50 for a pair of shoes where you could have gone in Primark and bought them for £10? Is there a time where you've gone to an expensive restaurant rather than just cooked at home? Like, it's proof over and over, millions and millions and millions of them, that people will pay more if you have positioned yourself correctly. And so do not carry on telling yourself that it is that no one will pay any more. Just have the belief that people will, and position yourself correctly. And honestly, like, you can charge whatever it is you want. I know nail technicians charging £60+ for a shellac. Like, you can charge whatever it is that you want. Donna said, I'm scared to put my prices up in case I lose my clients. Is this the same for anyone else? Yeah, every single person. I guarantee you, Donna, every single person feels that. But you know, if you're happy with your prices, then great, and you're fully booked, brilliant. But honestly, by putting your prices up, you are differentiating yourself from everyone else, and it is much, much easier to get clients, and you'll be much happier in your job. It's so interesting. Like, I'm going to go into that like way more kind of throughout this, and in the Nail Business Success Club as well. So I've talked for way longer than I thought I would. Just one last thing I just wanted to say is that it's not true as well. Like, the last, like, it's not true thing is that the lower you charge, the less you charge, the easier it is to get clients. Again, not true. It's just as easy to get a client, or just as hard, depending on the way you're looking at it, just as easy to get a client for a £40 set of shellac or a £20 set of shellac. It's just as easy. And I can honestly say, from someone, so when we started, our prices were at £25 and we did offers, and now we charge 40. Now that we're more expensive, so much easier to get clients, and the clients rebook over and over and over and over again. And they're using us because of the reasons that they want to use us that are not based on price. They're not coming to us because of the price. And so they don't leave because someone else is charging less. They're happy to pay double what they could by just going to a nail bar in town because of the service that they're getting and the experience they're getting and the feeling that they're getting from using us. It's so interesting. So, like, how many of you believe that you have what it takes to make your dreams come true? Like, on a scale of 1 from 10, 1 being I've got no belief at all, through to 10, like, what is your belief in, like, what do you think? Like, are you able to get to where you want to go? And do you even know where you want to go? Like, let me know in the comments. Like, have you got a plan? Like, do you know where you want to go? Or are you thinking, oh, actually, now Joe's brought this up, I am going to go away and think about this a little bit more as to where I want to go? Like, let me know in the comments. And I'll just go through if there's any quick questions to answer before I finish up for today. So I'm going to hold you up too much. Got a 6. That's good. That's from Chris. That's not too bad then. Let me know as well. So a scale of 1 to 10 of how much, like, belief you have that you can make your goals come true. So you've got 6, 7, 8, 7. Fabulous. Someone's got a 3. So Eve, sorry if I say your name wrong, but I think I'm at a 3. I want to have my own salon in my garden. That is so possible for you. It is so possible. Like, even if you're at the stage now where you've only just trained, or you're still training, and you're like, oh, like, I'm going to do it from home, or I'm going to do it mobile for a bit, so that I can, because maybe you're in a position you can't even afford to get this cabin in your garden yet. Like, you can work to that. like I've seen girls work to that as their next step of their goal. Like it's totally possible, you know. And one of the things I say is like, if you're working from home, like don't feel like you've got to charge less because you're working from home because people think you haven't got the overheads. Like this is your house you're letting people into. Like it's so important to charge what you're worth, and by charging what you're worth and making some decent money, that is what's going to get you to that cabin. And so if you have that manifestation and those dreams and those beliefs, and you actually think about it, imagine like once that cabin's built and all the pretty things that you want to put in it, like that's what I'd be thinking about. That's the things that I'd get excited about. Like, oh, how am I going to decorate when I have it? Like, what am I going to buy? Like, oh, look at all this stuff that I can put in it. Imagine the thought of like opening the doors, like with it all finished and like perfect paint, nice floor, like, and my clients coming round. Like, how good is that going to make me feel? Like, that's what I'd be concentrating on, because then when you're like, right, okay, well, I need to start making some money so that I can get that. You charge accordingly, because you're like, well, I'm not going to charge £10 because I charge £10. It's going to take me 10 years to get to where I want to be, you know. And that is what can get you excited. And that's why it's so important to have that belief and that manifestation and take that time to visualizing. Leslie said, I have a 2-year personal plan, minimum 25k per year mobile. Yeah, you can do that for sure. You can do that for sure. And we run something called the Nail Business Success Club, which I mentioned at the start. And that is like a way to fast track you. Like that is a way to fast track you. Like I give you everything that you need, everything that, because French and Drench grew quite large, quite quickly. Like, you know, it's only 4 years to get to that kind of 800 clients and that 10k a month. So, you know, it's totally possible. And like I said, if I can do it, anyone else can too. Chris said, I want to leave my full-time job to do my beauty business full-time. I just do evenings and weekends at the moment. Also have 6-year-old twins. Yeah, it's hard with the kids as well, isn't it? It's like trying to fit it all in. But again, like, I mean, I've got a 3 and a 5, just turned 5, 3 and a 5-year-old, and I've done all of this like with them around, like, and I've made it work. Like, this is why I said again, like, if you're like, if you, it's fine if you're like, oh well, I've got my kids and actually like the kids are my priority and whatever, which, you know, for most people that will be, that's fine. But if you are also like, oh, but I can't do this because of my kids, which I do sometimes say myself, by the way, and then I'm like, no, you've got a dream. So you do this despite of like, I know it sounds really big, but you do this despite of having the kids. Like you do this despite of having loads of nail technicians around you. Like if your dream is strong enough and you want this badly enough, like you can do it. Like you can find that time, you make that time to do it because it's a priority for you. Cool, right, I'm going to go because I don't want to take up too much of your time, because obviously this is only like a little mini one before Thursday. If anyone isn't signed up already, I'm going to pop in the comments below and also in the post in a moment a link to the masterclass that is happening on Thursday. So the masterclass is called How to Earn 5k a Month Doing Nails, and it's going to teach, it's basically for sole trader nail tech. So anyone who works from home, in a cabin in their garden, mobile, rents a space in someone else's salon, anyone that's a nail tech that doesn't have like a big salon with like tons of footfall coming in, like this is for you. This is going to teach single kind of nail technician. So yes, it's good if you like work in a team, perfect. But if you, it's more for people that are sole traders, you know, that don't have like a big lot of staff themselves. So this is a way for you to make 5k a month yourself. Just you, like you do not need to have staff to do that. And we're going to go through exactly how that's possible and the 4 stages that you need to go through in order to get there. And yes, for some you might think, oh, this is just way beyond like where I'm ever going to be. Like, yes, it may seem like that to start with. And I was exactly the same. Like when I started, I just wanted to earn like, you know, some money just to get by and just to help like with the bills a little bit. But you know, it grows, doesn't it? You're like, momentum starts going and you're like, no, I want more now. If you're like me anyway. Never happy with what I've got. You know, so it's so possible for you all, and I just want you to know that. Have a lovely afternoon, everybody. I'm going to pop the link for the masterclass. It's on Thursday at 12 p.m. If you can't make the Thursday at 12 p.m. one, still sign up anyway, because there will be one more chance on Saturday at 12 for you to, we'll be doing a second live one again for you to watch them. And don't worry, it's on Zoom. I know that sounds a little bit scary for those that haven't used Zoom before, but it's on a webinar, which means that no one else is seen or heard other than me. me. There'll be, just like on here, like on our Facebook Live, you can kind of type into the chat. We'll be doing lots of questions. There'll be big time at the end for Q&A session as well. It'll probably go on about 90 minutes, including like a Q&A session. And also at the end, which we did last time as well, we'll open up the doors to the Nail Business Success Club, which is all about fast tracking your success to get you to those fully booked and earning 5K months, basically. Cool, I'll pop the comments in. Please, if you're watching on the replay, let me know as well. Come and say hi. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at 12, where we will do another one of these mini trainings. Bye.